Hello YouTubers out there watching a crazy guy do some stuff here. I wasn't going to show you any more loading the logs. I have these three right here to load. On the last movie you saw where when you have a piece like this that kind of sticks down a little bit, if you hook it wrong they can really get in your way. That's not what this is all about. Every time I say that, it reminds me of the song Alice's Restaurant, if you guys are young enough to remember that. I watched that just the other day, because he'll sit there and he'll tell a story and he'll say, well, that's not what this is all about, and that's not where we're going. So this is the same thing. Anyhow, I had measured these logs, that one at 8'10", this one here at 9'7", and that one at an 8. Now here's what the problem is. The distance between this block and that block, L or bed or whatever you want to call them, it's too wide for an 8-inch board or 8-inch log. So what I have to do is shrink them down, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. So I thought I'd show you something that you can do on these old mills we're meant to do, and it just gets it. You really don't want your log hanging over about 6 inches off. I'm going to put these slide in a little bit. So that's where that one's at. So now I got to see if I can get an 8-inch log on there, or 8-foot log on there. See, I'm still 8 foot still comes here, so I'll bring that one in so it's a little more even. And I'll just push this down so I can get to it. Just makes it easier for me. Then we're going to turn. I hope you saw that. Now I'm gonna just push this one here in. That might be, maybe get back a little bit further. So it doesn't take too much to push them. There's some good things and bad things about not having these bolted down. Now let me see if I can get a 8-foot log on here. All these are 8 foot's the shortest, so I just don't feel like moving it all the time. All right, I need to have the whole log on the bed. Okay, so I'm sitting here at 8 foot. That isn't quite close enough. So that one there is 3 feet, almost 3 feet. This one here is almost 4 foot. So I'll move this one down just a little bit more. That one doesn't move as easy. You move them down so you get it where you want it. The only one I got to worry about is the last one. There, I can get an 8-foot log on there, but I got to hit it right on the money. So that isn't too bad. So I wanted to show you that. I don't think I'd ever showed that before. Now I'd showed these shims in the back. Those boards that I was cutting were a strong strong 1 inch. So they're about, because I had these shims in here, I had the shims out so it'd stroke further. See, it comes back and rides down on this pin. So what I'm going to do now, I just want them a little bit tighter. So these there's 3 of them here, so you can either put them in or put them out. You know, you would change that possibly if you put new teeth in there a little wider, and you got to get a little different stroke on it or something like that. That's what those are for, to the best of my knowledge. I don't know. You know, I could be wrong, but you know, say if you just swedged your teeth out and they're a little bit wide. When I put that new blade on here, I'm gonna have to do some adjustment because I'm running a 1/4 inch, basically a 1/4 inch cut, kerf, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Thickness here is a 1/4 inch basically, and the new mill's got 5/16. I think it's a 5/16 cut. So to make it a little bit stronger each time, I might want to adjust those. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and load this one log on, let you guys watch. Sometimes it's interesting. I hope I do better than the last one that I just sawed, that you guys saw, because I hit that lump in it and I couldn't do anything I had to rotate it 90 degrees. So we're just going to bring it back, and then I'm going to look and see, make sure that you're on. Now another thing with these old mills, if you I'll take you off here. If you run those L's back like that, and you don't have this bolted on where these are not bolted on, these things can, see, they come up. They come up, and if you get it too far back, they'll flip over, and you'll just have a nasty crash. I'll put it back here and show you. It was hard whether I could see how you could do that. The bigger mills are all bolted down tight. You know, this is a pretty old mill. It's probably 100-year-old now. But see, these can go up. So if you get the wrong log rolling, like we were talking about over at Wayne's World Garage, and you have these back and that log rolls, once this goes up, the catastrophe that you can have is just astronomical, and I've had it happen. That kind of stuff happens from time to time. Well, let me see if I can get this thing on. I think it's a pretty good spot for you. I think, oh, I got to roll it down some more, so maybe it's not a good spot. This one's 10 inches longer, so I should have plenty of room on this one. Oh, Lordy, that's one nice thing about a light carriage. You can roll them just about anywhere you want. Pull my board out here. Put my other board that I don't like as much as the old one that broke here. I just not happy with that board. That's no, it's just not as good as the other one. I have to turn it up this way, but then it hits a hump here. I got to cut it down a little bit, I guess. I think you're in the out of the danger zone. Let me see what you got here. Yeah, we'll try to get that log on. I might be able to get a cut on it. See how it comes on. Can you see the log on there? Sometimes they roll good and sometimes they don't. Yeah, you can't even see the log. Well, sorry about that. You'll get it after I get the first roll on it, I guess. Let's see what we can do here. That's not too bad so far. When you're lining them up, another thing that's kind of hard to calculate. You see it slide there? It compensated because the one end's bigger than the other. The one side has tendency to roll faster than the other. So sometimes you think you got it and you don't, which that might be the case here. You know, I could saw it there, but it'd be more comfortable if I move the carriage that way a bit. It'd just be and I don't think I'd be able to do that without the motor. Now I want to move the carriage my way. I'm sorry. I don't. It's on it down there. See if I can pull it away. That's why I generally don't show you guys this. This sometimes takes a while. That looks pretty good there, but that's another thing. You can't. This thing can slide all over when it comes on there. I'll show you another problem with turtles. Okay, when this thing rolls in, this is going to be right here. It's nice and smooth on the bed, and the center one's nice and smooth on the bed. That knot there is in front of it, this side of it, but that one back there is hitting right on that bed, so it might go goofy. So I think we might have it at this point. Have a goofy leg on this thing. So hopefully I can just roll it on now. It'll be where I can get a slice. But that's why with the ones with all these stupid little knots and stuff, that's why I turn them down. See, it's hitting on that one spot back there. If I can bring it up, see it roll on its own? I don't like that. It looks pretty good though as far as clearance wise. So I'm going to leave it at that. See if I can't get a cut. Oh, it's hitting that. But the outside, this side here is smaller than the other side. So I'm going to bring the taper out a little bit. I didn't have those up high enough. In fact, the one at the end is all the way down. What was I thinking, guys? You're supposed to be sitting there calling me on my cell phone and say, hey, you forgot this. Now I'll bring it up till it straightens out, and I kind of look at it, how it goes along the track, and like Mark says, whatever you lose on one side of the taper, you gain on the other. So that doesn't look too bad. So we'll bring this out, dog it down, bring this one here out a little bit. It's not even touching the bed back there, or the L. And we'll bring this one out. Now we're ready for sawing, but you got to do a little calculating and trying to figure out what you want to get. That kind of stuff. Got that out of there. So if I look down, I'll take you off a second. Generally, when you look down the track, it's fairly straight. I generally like it a little less here because of it sticks out a little bit further in the other end. Butt swell, buddy, butt swell. Anyhow, this might not make it through, but I'll have to turn this one probably down. So we're at 11 minutes, 12 minutes. I'm going to cut this off and start another one. So you saw how I loaded it. You saw how I adjusted these. You saw how I changed the shim saw. I'm going to be running a little bit thinner things. So if you like this movie or show or video, do me a favor and hit the like button. And if you want to see some more, subscribe. Or if you want to see me cutting it in a couple minutes, I'm going to just turn it down and start another one. Hit the subscribe button and you'll see it. And if you didn't like it, send it to somebody you don't like. So thanks for being here. I'm going to be sawing this in a minute. Bye.